Hello, Internet. I'm me, and I have some bad-ish news. As you probably already know, that Mega Uploader has been taken down by the FBI. Now, what does this mean for me and you? Now, honestly, because we are Tokusatsu fans, or I hope you are, and that's probably why you're watching this review, uh, we're actually gonna be hitting the snaggeroonie here. And the reason I say Snaggeroonie is because Mega Uploader, since being arrested, most, if not all, most Tokusatsu flow is come down to a almost screeching damn halt. I still have subbed episodes I just now watched, but I'll link you to that. But right now, if I'm coming out with episode my reviews coming out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Yeah, it's because Mega Uploader's gone, and I had to watch the raw footage on a very shitty player. I think it was Pandora. I never go to a Pandora video player. It's shit. Couldn't watch through a full episode without it glitching up on my ass. But anyway, this is Kamen Rider Fourze, episode, I think it's 16 now. No, 19. Yeah. And this episode is the introduction of the Dragon Zodiart. Ooh. And the magnet switches. And honestly, this episode. How many episodes are we going to have of Kengo just coming around and going, Kisaragi, you're an idiot! And then the next episode, Kisaragi, I'm sorry, dude. I'm coming back. Don't worry. I'm going to be with the right Kamen Rider Club. Kisaragi, you're an idiot! I'm out of here! And then coming back, I'm sorry, Kisaragi. I understand now. Don't worry. I'm cool. I'm cool. How many times are we going to go through this? We've already gone through this like 3 times now. I'm pretty sure. Like 2 times officially. Well, the third time is just me, like his whole attitude in general. I think we've already gone through this enough. But hell, why not a third time, you know? This episode is about, well, like, Sakuta. I got his name wrong last time. It's not Sakura, it's Sakuta. Me being an idiot. And yeah, I'm gonna call him Sakuta, like Kengo says his name because I like that name. I like saying his name. It rolls off the tongue right quite well. Sakuta. Yeah. Anyway, Sakuta has joined the Kamen Rider Club, who's also Kamen Rider Meteor, working undercover. And it turns out Sakuta has very knowledgeable technical skills when it comes to astro switches and cosmic energy. Even though the first time he was talking to Tachibana, he was questioning what astro switches were and how they work with zodiarts. And also how the astro switch was allowing him to turn into Kamen Rider Meteor, because when they mentioned Kamen Rider Fourze and him being able to switch and use the switches, he was saying, "Oh, so that's what the switch does. That allows me to turn into Kamen Rider." Wait, then how the hell does he know? Oh, fuck it. Anyway, he's coming in, and Sakuta is doing some very badass things with some switches, and he's testing them out with Kisaragi um, as Kengo comes in and just pretty much is like, "Well, what the hell, man? I'm supposed to be doing this. This is my shtick." And I was like, "Yeah, this is your shtick. What the hell is he doing here?" And of course, he's pissed off. He's a little pissed off. He's a little peeved, and is pretty much like arguing with Kisaragi, kind of just not feeling it today. Not really. Especially since Kisaragi has given Sakuta a very important job making switches, and he's only been there for like a day or a week. It doesn't establish it, but he's a newbie. Why the hell is he working on something so important? It's something that is in my damn position, pretty much. That's Kengo's argument. And of course, and then after, of course, like another argument and a storm out, we switch back to Spandex Teacher, who's missing his crush, who has been sick for for a while, and I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, they're sick. And this is when we debut the new two switches of Switch 31 and 30, the North and South magnet switches. Yes, and I've seen the complete form. It be silly. It be very silly. But I'm pretty sure it'll be badass when we see it. But for now, what I've seen is complete silliness. But hey, I'm not judging yet. Anywho, they don't have time to test out the switches because Sakuta comes up with the magnet switches, giving them to Kasaragi, and out of fuck nowhere, Kinga just runs up and tries to take the switches away from Kisaragi. They get into a fight, arguing over Sakuta and why the hell he's actually doing this. And of course, it ends with Kinga storming out and calling Kisaragi an idiot. Big shock. Who doesn't call Kisaragi an idiot nowadays? Honestly, I'm pretty much like, you know what, Kingo, because Sakuta, you guys could get together and be a nice Kisaragi-hating gay couple. It would work out perfectly. You both hate him. You both work on switches. You guys could do this together. But anyway, I was just joking there. But yeah, he storms out, walks off, blah 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 blah. He meets this track girl who's very tall, and of course, for now, they're just kind of talking, and then an explosion happens. And of course, and then everybody runs over to where the explosion happens, and there's a new dragon Zodiac who throws a car with one hand and makes himself look badass behind an explosion. I'm sorry, she makes herself look badass. Yes, I'm spoiling it. It's the track girl. It's so obvious. It's not even funny how obvious it is. The show tries to throw you off by making it a red herring to where they make it look like it's the coach of the track and field team because he's mean to Kingo, but it's quite obvious it's the track girl. And why is it obvious? Because she's the only other character in the show. Like, she's the only one with speaking lines. Okay, speaking lines past 3 lines. Like, the coach goes, grrr. That's it. While she's just, like, always there and always talking, and you're the only extra character we have, so, yeah, too. And, of course, Kasaragi comes up and goes Fourze and goes to fight him. And of course, the dragon Zodiac goes, my master, Libra, says to destroy you, Kamen Rider Fourze, and you, Kamen Rider Meteor. Wait, where's Kamen Rider Meteor? And then, of course, you know, Sakuta is going to like, I'm not doing it. And of course, they fight. Kisaragi getting his ass apparently whooped. He's been getting his ass whooped a lot lately. And and he can't hit the Zodiac without hurting his hand or his foot. Fire does nothing. Electricity does shit nothing. Oh, well, then again, a metal dragon, electricity would do jack shit. Fire against a dragon would do absolutely jack shit. And of course, the dragon Zodiac is too strong, and so Kisaragi, from the advice of Sakuta, who's decided to start coaching from the sidelines, says, use the magnet switches. And he uses the magnet switches, but they're not ready yet. But Kengo tries to warn him, but of course, Kisaragi, being a trustworthy dumbass, does not listen and actually uses the magnet switches and gets himself stuck, almost crushing himself with 2 trucks, which would have been kind of cool. But anyway, of course, they turn off the switches at the last minute, saving Kisaragi's life. And of course, but Kingo, mad at Kisaragi for not following his orders, yells at him some more. And they all go back to the Kamen Rider Club and discuss what didn't work. Oh yeah, but there's like a scene where, of course, the Zodiacs are talking to each other like, Libra's like, oh, Virgo, are you happy? with my new pupil. Yes, I am happy with your new pupil. I know it's a woman, but you know what? Hey, it was so cliched evil. I was just too. I couldn't stop myself. Anyway, so they go back to the Kamen Rider Club and discuss why the magnet switches didn't work. And of course, like I'm almost certain every Kamen Rider that has come out, the Heisei Riders, not the very old ones, or the. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting which one is which. The newer Kamen Riders, like almost every other Kamen Rider, he now has a cell phone that is one of his appliances now, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? I kind of like it, and how they use it for the magnet switches is kind of cool. They actually use them as handles, but they come together. But fuck it. And of course, this is Kisaragi. Kisaragi is kind of like, huh? How'd you come up with this idea? And of course, Tachibana has given Sakuta this plan for these lever cell phone switchy thingies. And of course, Kengo already calls him out on it, going, "Don't you have any ideas?" Making me think that Kengo knows something. He really does know something about it that's going on over there. And I really don't know. And it's just kind of like, he might know something about Sakuta, but he can't figure out that that fucking track and field girl is the Zodiac. Because, of course, again, over the magnet switches, Kengo and fucking Kisaragi get in an argument. They bitch, they moan, they piss, they cry. You know, they do the whole shebang. And of course, Kengo gets up and says, "I quit the Kamen Rider Club," and walks out. Yeah, again, we've done this before. So he goes out to go put a tampon for his period, and goes out and talks to the track girl, spends time with her, teaches her how to run faster and do shout put and javelin, and joins the track and field club because he's supposedly not with the Kamen Rider Club anymore. And of course, this track and field girl has been pretty much testing out Kengo to pretty much figure out your Kamen Rider Meteor, because nobody really knows who Kamen Rider Meteor is. Smart move, Kamen Rider Meteor. And of course, she tries to kill him. Doesn't work. Kisaragi shows up, Kamen Rider Fourze, and he gets the new magnet switchies with the celly phone. And of course, he comes down, he fights, and then Kamen Rider Meteor's like, "Why hasn't he used the switches yet?" And I'm like, good question. And of course, he joins in the fight, and of course, his ass kickery has been stopped by the amazing powers of the Dragon Zodiac. And of course, both of them are like, "How are we gonna win?" And of course, Kisarigi's like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'll use the magnet switches." Because, I'm sorry, some of these guys are dense. Kamen Rider Meteor comes up to Kisaragi and goes, "Don't you have any new tricks up your sleeve?" I was pretty much like, I'm pretty sure, like, Kisarigi's like, "Well, how'd you know that? Sakuta?" Just like, kind of like, hey, the only other person who knows about this is a guy that we kind of newly added on here. And Kengo's right there. Yuki's there. The other the cheerleader is over there in the rabbit hutch. Jake and Tomoko can't be it. And the jock is in the power dizer. You have to be. I mean, process of elimination, people. But but of course, he tries to take the switches apart. Kengo says, "Don't do it. They're not ready." He tries to do it and breaks the cell phone and sends it flying into the air like a dumbass. And of course, Kengo calls him a dumbass, and it ends with Kisaragi going, "Kengo, why?" This episode was, honestly, for an intro of a new Switch, this setup was average. It's something, the idea behind it was so great, but for some reason the execution was so bland and average and almost predictable, to the point where I'm kind of weighing my options on this episode. But I'm going to go with a solid 8 out of 10. A pretty good episode, and still intriguing and fun to watch. So check it out if you can. So until next time, peace. Oh, and link in the description.